Breaking news right now, Moscow police will be giving an update today of the ongoing investigation into the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. They just announced the press conference on Facebook within the last 30 minutes. It will be at 1 this afternoon at Moscow City Hall. The department will be live streaming the press conference on their YouTube page. It's been over a month since the last press conference the department has held on November 23rd. At this time, we do not know what specifically they will be talking about, but we are working to get that information. We will be live streaming the conference on KREM.com and have the latest on KREM 2 News at 4. This morning, a professional crew will start cleaning the house where someone murdered those 4 University of Idaho students last month. Moscow police says they're working with Team Idaho Property Management Service to start repairs on the King Road house. When they finish up the cleaning and repairs, Moscow police will give the house back to the property management company. At this point, we do not know when they'll be done with the house. Moscow police posted this information in a new video on their YouTube page yesterday.
Part of the reason we're doing that is because of the biohazards as well as chemicals that were used during the investigation. So there will be activity over at that residence on King Road, and we just want people to know about that.
In the meantime, investigators now have more than 16,000 phone, email, and digital tips on the murders. The police chief says they've actually gotten more tips recently than at any other point in the investigation. But still, police say they do not have a suspect yet. So if you have any information that could help police, call the Moscow PD tip line. That number is 208-883-7180. You can also send an email to the email address on your screen. And happening today, another celebration of life for 2 of those murder victims, Kaylee Gonsalves and Maddie Mogan. It will be this afternoon at Lake City Church in Coeur d'Alene. It starts at 3 and is open to anyone who wants to attend. The address is on your screen right now. You can also find all the details on our website, KREM.com.
And weather-wise, we've been tracking this heavy snowfall across the inland northwest early this morning, but now as of 8 o'clock, that snow has come to an end over downtown Spokane. Actually just saw a couple people shoveling the sidewalks at Riverfront Park, just giving people a clear path if they're doing an early morning walk today on this Friday. Road conditions look a little slushy out there. The traffic is helping, but at least the plows that have been coming by and laying down some treatment, especially along I-90 and some of the more major highways, those are doing okay as of right now, and with no more snowfall on the way, they should see improving road conditions through the rest of the day. And there it is on Doppler radar, heavy snowfall from about 5 a.m. to just a couple minutes ago. And now it's come to an end. Give it a couple more minutes over Coeur d'Alene, maybe an hour tops. It'll be locations over Pend Oreille County, as well as the Panhandle of North Idaho, that will continue to see snowfall through about 10, 11, or noon today at the very latest. Now, our winter weather advisories were in effect for this snowfall, and for the potential for those deteriorating road conditions, we'll start to see these expire little by little throughout the day today, now that that snow has come to an end. And our current temperatures remain at or just above the freezing mark, and that's what really made a big difference to help out those road conditions early this morning.
Local artist Kat Kaylani is doing her part to keep window painting alive in the inland northwest. Using window painting to promote a business may seem like a blast from the past, but some people are finding a modern take on an old school approach of advertising. KREM 2 photojournalist Al Lozano introduces us to this artist.
Hi, my name is Kat Kaylani. I paint windows for fun, also for money, but mostly for fun. And I've always been an artist, but I decided last year, I used to work here. Okay, this is a thing that people like, this is a thing that people want, so I will try to find more people who'd like me to do it for them. I literally figured out how to do trees last year. I was like, all right, I'm going to channel Bob Ross. Just a winter scene here at Madeline's. I decided I wanted to do some trees. I'm going to add a crap ton of like snow falling and stuff, but I also did some deer. You know, my fingers are freezing and it hurts, but I'm like, you know, I'm doing something that I enjoy and not a lot of people can say that. So. I got so excited when I did my first window last year because I told my grandpa, I'm like, I really want to be a window painter someday when I was like, you know, 8. And he's passed now, but I got to call my grandma and be like, I did it. My job let me do it. And it turned out really cool. And she didn't want me to erase it immediately afterwards. Kind of just do some shadowing, essentially, and then do snowflakes. Yeah, just just really grateful for the opportunity every time. Like, people are always like, thank you so much, it looks great. I'm like, just thank you so much for like giving me the chance to show you that this can be really cool. Ta-da!
Well, if you're going out to celebrate this weekend for the start of the new year, make sure you celebrate responsibly. Law enforcement is reminding everyone to be safe and have a plan for a sober ride home. Washington State Patrol will have more officers out across the state tomorrow. They'll be looking for impaired drivers. And over in Idaho, officers from more than 50 agencies across the state will be focused on getting drunk drivers off the roads this weekend. Drunk drivers caused 66 crashes in Idaho, killing 93 people this year. 8 of those crashes happened in Bonner County. In Washington this year, 102 people died in drunk driving crashes. In 2020, there were over 200 deaths in crashes caused by drunk drivers nationally on Christmas and New Year's holidays. So if you do plan on drinking this weekend, make sure you designate a sober driver. And speaking of New Year's Eve celebrations, it's also important to practice firework safety. It's of course a super fun way to celebrate, but setting off explosives from firecrackers to aerials can be risky. Last year, firework accidents killed 9 and hurt over 11,000 people. If you're lighting up the night this holiday weekend, be mindful of your surroundings. Be sure to keep your family, kids, and pets safe. And as a reminder, you cannot shoot off individual fireworks in Spokane, Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and Cheney. Wallet Hub says about 80 million Americans will travel this New Year's weekend. Just under half will likely drive to their destinations. And as we ring in the new year, we'll drink around 360 million glasses of sparkling wine or champagne. Cheers. 37% of Americans are expected to go to parties, while 17% of Americans don't plan on celebrating at all. And it's 8:08 now. That brings us to your wake-up call. What are you doing for New Year's Eve? Text us at the number 509-448-2000 or use the hashtag #WithKREM on social media to let us know what you're doing. We have a bunch of responses this morning. We've got some people staying at home, sipping hot chocolate, movie night, and asleep before midnight. Too old to stay up that late. That's okay. Someone spending New Year's Eve. I saw earlier their friend's getting married. There it is, bottom right corner. My New Year's, my best friend is getting married. We're ringing in the New Year. Celebrating. How exciting. Someone else, it's their anniversary. You'll be home celebrating is the norm for them. A lot of people sticking at home. If you don't want to stick at home, remember Riverfront Park does have their fireworks going off at 9 o'clock. Coming up in our next half hour, we do take a look at New Year's preparations all around the world and here in the Inland Northwest.
And now the Storm Tracker 2 Snow Report, sponsored by Platinum Mechanical.
Here's our snow report for the upcoming holiday weekend. The New Year's Eve weekend should be excellent. Skiing and snowboarding conditions. Got about 5 inches of fresh snow over the last 2 days, and plus whatever we got so far this morning. The area ski resorts will be reporting that on their respective websites, but plenty of fresh powder on the slopes. Enjoy the slopes for this weekend.